Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you put it, get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow of good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right. It follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Still cannot in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sold. Information previously, we first recommend you seek out a competent licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
President Trump has severely criticized the various agreements reached between Iran and the Obama administration, as well as the United Nations, as being weak and ineffective. Instead of being thankful to the United States in these agreements, Iran is now feeling emboldened. As of today, we are officially putting Iran on notice.
Put them right on notice, and that's exactly where they should be. Welcome, Phil's Gang, coast to coast, run the country off the Wall Street Radio Network. We're also going to talk about some stocks. Amazon are killing stores in the mall and killing companies like Deckers. Okay, and we're going to take a look at these stocks. Ralph Lauren took a 10% hit today. That's right, Ralph Lauren. We're going to look at that. So what's going on with these stocks, and how can you make money on these stocks? So it's important, again, to understand that the money that you make on the best money is on stocks that are getting killed, on stocks that are just getting pounded. Those are stocks that are going on sale. That's where you make money. Stop chasing the hot stock or the stock you hear on Bulls and Bears and all these shows. I mean, it's crazy. You have to be in them before they rally. Once they rally and you start trying to chase them, you always lose money. Unbelievable. Anyways, I want to pick up from yesterday before we get into the financial end of my show. Remember this dope, if I can find her. She was, let's see, right here.
His record as a judge that argues that individuals and entities that want to hold corporations accountable cannot get their day in court to do that.
Can you give me an example?
The record of the Hobby Lobby case. There's a number of cases where he's argued
but she can't give any cases. This was yesterday. This was Marge Baker, a liberal. I mean, she's nuts, okay? But when you got down to say, she kept saying, well, he's not qualified. Gorsuch is not qualified. Not qualified. And when you try to get down to, I mean, you can't talk with these liberals. That's the problem. When I was in Washington, I was interviewing them on the street and for different radio shows. I mean, it was impossible. My wife even said, well, why don't you just cut them off? Why'd you let them keep going on? I said, because it's useless. They filibuster you, and it's just all, just jibber jabber. And you can't get them to shut up because they know they're wrong. So they don't want to have a debate with you. They want to have a shouting match, and they want to overshout you, just like she's doing here to Tucker. She just kept going on and on and on and on. Now, what do you mean not qualified? Now, this guy is probably the most qualified guy in the country. He was, remember, appointed, he was at the American Federal Appeal, he was an American Federal Appellate Judge on the United States Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit. Oh, I see. Anybody can put an application and get that job? Yeah, okay. Work at McDonald's, put an application in, guess what? You can get that job. No question about it. Can you imagine? This guy is on the appellate court, the appeals court. You just don't get... And guess who appointed him? The same people now that's in Congress that's complaining about him and won't confirm him, because it's all about hating Trump. Why is all this hatred coming from the Democrats and the Republicans? Because what he is doing is he's disturbing the good old boy network. Yes, because they've always been for... You got to understand. You know how they've always said, well, we got to be oil independent, oil independent. Why? After all these presidents, why aren't we oil independent? What's going on? And it's the dollar, the weak dollar. And every time we try to get the trade deficit down, and what do? They say, well, we're going to lower the dollar so we can get our companies, our large corporations like Caterpillar and 3M and Intel, the rest of them, we're going to get the dollar down so they can export more, they can get wealthier, and at the same time, when we export more, that means our trade deficit goes down. Well, the one thing they don't tell you about is when you have the dollar, and you, in the Federal Reserve that controls the dollar, when they turn around and engineer it to go lower, to drop the value in the dollar, yes, we export more. Yes, the companies make more money, the big companies. 65% of their revenues, almost all the S&P 500, most of all their revenues, 65% of their revenues come from overseas. Sure, they get better. They get richer. They make more money. But here's the problem. The dollar, when we print the dollar and we drop the value of the dollar, and as we keep dropping the value of the dollar, we keep exporting more, it all sounds good. But remember, we're the world's reserve currency. And remember, all the countries around the world have to have the dollar, use the dollar to buy oil, including us. So whatever we do, any effort we do have in trying to get the dollar to go down, to cut the trade deficit, and let's say it's a $50 billion deficit one month, and we can cut it to, let's say, $45 billion. But when we buy our oil from other countries, like Mexico and the Saudis and other countries, because the dollar, the low dollar, keeping the value down on the dollar, remember, when we export goods, we export the dollar. What we're really exporting is inflation. And because we export inflation, oil that we buy from other countries goes up. Gets very expensive. So when we buy oil, because of the oil is so expensive, because we have to buy from overseas because we don't have our own, we don't have any oil energy policy here, so that we create enough oil so we don't need them. When we buy our oil and it's expensive, every benefit that we made, if we took the trade deficit and cut it from $50 billion to $45 billion, because of the low dollar, we exported more. Guess what? We wiped that all out. No matter how many times we cut the trade deficit, we could cut it to $35 billion a month. We could cut it to $10 billion a month. No matter what we cut it to, it makes no difference. Because as we buy oil, because of the dollar, we're exporting inflation all over the world. And all those countries that we buy oil from, the price of oil is inflated so high that there is no benefit to cutting. We give up we give up the benefit of cutting our trade deficit. So see, Trump is going to change that. He's going to change that. And that's what Congress hates. They hate it because, remember, they don't want it to be fixed. They don't want an energy policy. They don't want us to be independent, energy independent. Because remember who takes care of the people in Congress, who funds them. Where's all the money come from? Who funds them? The oil companies and the large corporations like Intel and the rest of them who benefit from that low dollar. Because, 65% of their profits come from overseas. So they always tell us And the story is, oh no, we got to keep the low dollar because it really benefits, because we really cut the trade deficit, and the trade deficit kills so many jobs, so we got to keep cutting it, which is all a bunch of nonsense. If we focused on an energy policy where you don't have to buy oil from Mexico or anybody, then guess what? We can go. It's fine to have a low dollar then. It's fine to have a weak dollar then. You can have a weak dollar. But you can't have a weak dollar at the same time as you import oil. One crosses the other. And the problem is Congress won't fix it because they get all the money for their election and re-elections from who? From the large companies and especially the oil companies. We'll talk more about that when we get back here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang, 15 past the hour.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people doing?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market. We provide daily investment teaching strategies and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's Phil'sGang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
The President's been talking a lot about the dollar, and there seems to be a lot of confusion in the markets about what's going to happen to the dollar. He has been trying to jawbone the dollar down, saying it's too strong, and yet you get fiscal stimulus and protectionism, border adjustment taxes. That seems to be a prescription for a higher dollar. How is this all going to play out?
I do think there is a certain incoherence between the policies and the rhetoric as regards currency. And when I was Treasury Secretary, our policy was pretty clear that a strong dollar was in the national interest. So I have been quite sorry to see the rhetoric surrounding currency policy.
Now that's the words of Larry Summers, who created the derivatives, and the reason why 9 million people lost their homes. He's the same guy who blew up the Harvard endowment because of his dumb picks. Unbelievable. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, sometimes these educators are so smart they're stupid. Like Bernanke. So stupid. You know, few people really understand the importance of the dollar. They really don't understand the importance of the dollar. Do you know how important a dollar is? Other than you want to go out and buy stuff. It affects our standard of living, how we live. So there's always this fight between, oh, we want the strong dollar, we want a weak dollar. We want a strong dollar, we want a weak dollar. Well, you want a weak dollar because you want to have companies be able to export goods so that we can create jobs. Okay, but the problem is you can't have a weak dollar, okay, at the same time you're exporting inflation, and therefore, as I said a moment ago, when you have a weak dollar, you're exporting inflation, and you're buying oil from all these different countries at premium prices. So if I cut the deficit by having a weak dollar, and I cut it for 1 month from $50 billion, the trade deficit, down to $25 billion, but because I have to buy oil using dollars, which is the currency of the world, which everybody has to use dollars, and there's so much inflation, I'm paying so much for that oil, the $25 billion I saved, that's gone. That's gone. I wiped it out. So the only people that are benefiting right now are the big companies. That's who benefits. And they want to keep it that way, and they pay off your congressman to make sure they keep it that way, so that we don't have an oil policy, we don't have an energy policy where we can be self-sufficient, and that we can get our oil. Remember how Obama killed fracking? He just hated fracking because fracking is what dropped the price of oil. But he piled on all kinds he piled on so many regulations that investors, in the end, weren't investing in fracking anymore. You couldn't get investors. If I was a fracking company, I wanted to get out and get investors. Nobody would invest in me anymore because of all the regulations. Because Obama never wanted to be, or Bush Senior, or Clinton, to be independent, oil independent. They never did. But let's talk about that a little bit later because it is important. We'll get more into the dollar and how it affects you. And it also affects how you invest. That's the big thing. How do you make money off the dollar? But first, let's talk about this very interesting thing that's going on right now. The stock market, remember, the stock market has been going sideways, trading within a 1.5% range for 36 straight days now. You know what that means? It means it's setting up for a correction. That's what it means. 36 days of trading this trend of going sideways. 1.5% range, that's it. It identifies a downturn is coming. It always means that. And then the good news, the longer it goes sideways, it will drop the same amount as it's going sideways. So if you went sideways for 36 days, it will drop 36 days. That's how it usually works. Now, the thing that we got going on with the market right now is we had a wonderful rally, right? If you look at the stock market rally and you put up the spiders and look at the rally, if you go back to the time that November 8th started, we had the election, we went straight up. And then it stopped. Then we're going sideways. But guess what was going up? Gold. Why? Because the dollar was going down. So as the dollar keeps getting weaker, gold goes up. So if you take a look at the market, in the last 36 days, the only people who were making money were really people investing in gold mining stocks, and that's my gang. How many times did I tell you? Remember when I had that promotion? I said, join the gang and get your free chart, your MV2 color-coded chart. And I said, follow me on mining stocks. You know what our mining stocks are up to now? And all you had to do is follow me and join the gang. But take Nugget right now. Nugget has gone up from $5.94 to $11.67. We got a 96% return in Nugget. Remember, I begged you. I said, join the gang. We'll put Nugget, or we'll put GDX, either one, Nugget or GDX, and we'll follow it on my color-coded chart. I'm not a gang member got in, okay, on December 28th, or they got in on December 29th, or even December 4th, okay? Let's say they got in on, let's say some of them got in at around 867 to 1167. So that's about half, okay? That's still a 34%. But here's the key. Anybody can get into a stock. Now's the key is, well, when do I get out of Nugget? I made that kind of money. Let's take a look at another stock, GDX. It turned green. Okay, it turned green at 1932, and today it's at 2432. All you have to do is follow. That's a 25% gain. Let's say you got half of it. See, the chart tells you when the institutions are buying, but more important, when they're getting out. So think of those two stocks. If you join the gang and you're using our chart, those are the gains. And I'm not making this up. You can check it out. Go check out GDX or check out NUGT, and you'll see those are the gains we got. Very important. So join my gang. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. More on the market when we get back. And what stores are going to be a great opportunity in the malls. These stores are getting killed by Amazon.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
Regulatory reform, another pillar of Mr. Trump's administration. Will reducing regulation really drive growth? Is there any evidence that cutting regulation in the past, for example, has succeeded in driving growth?
I think the evidence is pretty weak. You know, traditionally striking that growth, market returns, levels of investment, ironically end up being better in Democratic administrations, despite the fact that business is concerned about them.
Unbelievable. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. That is Larry Summers. He caused 9 million people to lose their homes. He was behind the derivatives. He's the one that caused the whole blow up of the housing market, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Oh, and by the way, people don't realize the weak dollar or the dollar in the trade deficits also helped blow up the housing market. But let's talk about what he's saying right now. Regulations? See, he's a typical liberal. He believes he knows what's better for us and our families than we do. They want to control us. That's what it's all about. Regulations is about controlling people. They want to control us. And see, they hate entrepreneurs because they're independent thinking people. They're not group thinkers. And boy, they hate people who are not group thinkers, who just doesn't follow the crowd. And they do anything to crush them. And they crush them with regulations is what they do. Unbelievable. Think about this. Obama, his administration, was responsible for 229 major regulations since 2009 at a cost of $108 billion to small businesses and other businesses. Who do you think pays for that? That's why your food cost is higher. That's why when you go to get your car fixed, your cost is higher. They put regulations on everything. Are you kidding? 43 new major rules went in 2015. Yeah, 43 major rules in 2015 alone. And that increased the cost of businesses by $22 billion. And that brought the annual cost of all these rules to $100 billion in just 7 years. So your food prices go up. Even food for your pets have gone up. Excessive food prices. It's unbelievable because of his restrictions. Because, see, they think they know what's better for us as far as what we eat than we do. Just like the First Lady, okay, Michelle Obama. She goes to the schools, and look what she did with the lunch program. Did you see the crap that the kids were eating? Cost millions and millions of dollars for all the districts because the kids were throwing the stuff away. They couldn't eat it. I mean, it was just terrible because she thought she knew better than any parent what was best for her kids. That's how liberals think. That's what's dangerous about them. And that's what, it's amazing, isn't it? And then, never mind the food prices, think of all the regulations they put in that restricted access to credit for consumers, especially small businesses. Under the Dodd-Frank financial regulations, remember what happened? We lost all our community banks. They went out of businesses. So small businesses didn't have access because, remember, small businesses depend on community banks. Small businesses aren't public companies. They can't go to Wall Street and raise money. So Obama wanted to make sure they went out of business. He always wanted to put small businesses out, because he wanted to grow his welfare state, because he wanted everybody to depend on government, because he wanted to grow government bigger and bigger and bigger and get you and I to depend on him. But what's interesting is that if you go back and you look, and going back to the dollar, same thing, how it affects our standard of living is unbelievable. So there's always been the blame game as to why the stock market crashed. The housing market crashed, causing 9 million jobs to be lost and $38 billion in lost wages. And 10 million home foreclosures. Whose fault was that? Well, it was caused by Baby Bush, it was caused by Barney Frank, and it was caused by Bernanke because of his dollar policies. After we lost the 9 million jobs in 2008, that market crash, remember, Baby Bush looked to the manufacturing and construction sector, which is 25% of our 154 million labor force jobs that pay $54 an hour. So he thought, look, let's get housing going. If we can get housing going, and then people will start going and have to manufacture stuff, because you need furniture, you need lawnmowers, you need all the stuff for your house. So he said, I'm going to get the jobs growing by going and getting a housing market up And then more and more jobs will be created in manufacturing and construction, which the wages are $54 an hour instead of the normal $54 an hour instead of $13 an hour. So that's how he got that. That's why he started the housing market boom. So Barney Frank turns around and says, okay, I'll work with you. What we'll do, let's drop the interest rates to nothing, and let's drop the credit standards so we can sell houses to everybody. And then people are going to need goods. So we get the manufacturing companies going up, we get construction going up, we'll get people making $54 an hour. So that's what they did. They just got rid of their credit standards, got rid of their lending standards, everything. So then Barney Frank forced Fannie and Freddie to buy all the bad mortgages from the banks. Because I go into a bank and I get a mortgage, the bank wanted to get rid of that mortgage and get cash back so they could loan them again. So Barney Frank says to Fannie and Freddie, look, I want you to buy all these bad mortgages that aren't performing. They said, what are you, nuts? We've only bought AAA mortgages, the best credit in the world. They said, really? We're going to change the laws on you. So they were forced to buy garbage, and they went out of business. Freddie and Fannie went belly up, and you and I had to bail them up with $185 billion. So that's how the market started to go down. But what really took the market down was the trade deficit. Because what happened was, as we were running this housing market boom up, with easy credit, easy terms, Bernanke said, I'm going to keep the dollar low, and because I want to make sure I can keep the trade deficit low by exporting goods. So this way here, I can keep exporting goods and I can keep the trade deficit down. Well, he was ill-advised because it doesn't work. Because as I told you a moment ago, because with the dollar, the weak dollar, when we're exporting stuff, we're exporting inflation and our oil costs more. Well, guess what happened? So stupid, they didn't get it. All of a sudden, from 2001 to 2008, oil went from $35 a barrel to $150 a barrel. Why? Because we had a weak dollar. We're exporting our goods. And he's all happy, saying, "Look at this! I'm keeping the trade deficit down. Look, we're keeping the dollar weak so we can export more goods. Aren't I doing a good job?" What an idiot! He's the same idiot that said this. Remember?
So we have so many economists coming on our air and saying, "Oh, this is a bubble and it's going to burst, and this is going to be a real issue for the economy." Some say it could even cause a recession at some point.
Well, I guess I don't buy your premise. It's a pretty unlikely possibility. We've never had a decline in house prices.
All right, so he was so ill-informed that house prices could go down. He was so ill-informed that by keeping the dollar so weak, so low, for so long, and because he's trying to keep the trade deficit down, he didn't realize that dollar, every time you're exporting a dollar or a good, you're exporting inflation, and now oil prices went from $35 up to $150 a barrel. So people had to make a decision. Gasoline was at $4. They had to make a decision. If they had to fill their van, they had to pay $160 at $4. Or they had to pay $60 if they're filling their car. They couldn't afford to pay their house payment and fill their car to go to work. So they said, well, what am I going to do? I got to make a decision. Am I going to fill my car up and my van up and keep my job and my credit card and let my housing payment go? What should I do? They all let their housing payment go, and that's how the market collapsed right there. We'll be right back. Take a look at some more stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What will saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. You know, where you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Our dependence on foreign oil is down, as are gas prices. Our dependence...
What a lie. Dependence on foreign oil is down. Yeah, every time we try to get it down by fracking, he'd be in there putting out another 300 regulations. Okay, or offshore drilling, kill offshore drilling. He killed fracking. It got to a point that you couldn't get investors anymore in fracking. It was unbelievable. I mean, he was just lucky that the economy under him was so bad with a growth rate for 8 years of 1.5%. Never in history has the economy grown so slow. So he was lucky. Our oil needs weren't high at the time. But here's what's interesting: to make money in the stock market, take a good stock, like a good company like FOSL, okay, Fossil. Now, Fossil, you see them in all the different malls. Amazon is killing a lot of these stores, like Decker's Outdoor, Fossil, which is watches and accessories, stores, Ralph Lauren, Under Armour. I mean, they're killing these stores because everybody's going online, okay? So we're going to have some incredible stocks to buy. Take FOSL. Here's a great example. My gang members who have FOSL, it turned green for them on November 27th. November 27th. And it went from November and then it went from let's see, I just want to get it. Yeah, here it is. And then it turned red. They knew to get out of the stock around December. It was around December 5th. So they got in around November 7th, and they got out around December 5th. Well, guess what? That was a 31% gain. Now, the beautiful thing is the stock turned red. All they had to do is just switch on the chart, hit the button that says sell short. Sell short when it turned red. And it dropped on the way back down 34% to where it is today. So you caught it going up and you caught it going down. If you don't think that's the truth, just check it out. You'll see. It's the truth. I'm telling you the truth. What a beautiful thing. But the thing that is so cool is that you know when to get out. So when you got in a profit, you lock in a profit of 30%, or let's say 15%. Let's say you got in late. I'm not saying that every gang member gets in exactly when it's green. Okay, I'm not saying that. The green identifies there's your opportunity. Some people get in a little bit later. But let's say you even got half of it. Let's say you got 15% of it. But you knew when to get out. See, that's one thing the gang depends on. They get in maybe a little later, a little earlier. That's not important to them. Okay, as long as they're making 10% average all year long, right? 10, 15% all year long on their money. But what's important for them to make that 10% all year long is to get out. That's where you get killed, because when you don't know to get out, you're always giving back your profits. How many times have you given back your profits and you're giving up on the stock market? And then only to find out, even when you're making money in your 401k, the fees were killing you. But FOSL, now we're going to wait for it to turn green. Okay, wait for it to turn green. Now, for those who want to just not be in the stock long term, for long-term investment, just want to be in it for, let's say, 2 to 5 days, we have another chart to do that. So the opportunity, when it comes, it will identify it's right there. So if you join the gang right now today, you got an opportunity to follow us with FOSL. And just, didn't I tell you to do the same thing with GDX? Remember I said do the same, and it went up 94%. You didn't believe me. I said join the gang. I'll give you the chart free for 4 weeks, and this is going to be one of the bigger winners. And guess what? If you didn't get in, okay, then you missed out. But it worked. Okay. So I want to just finish this up quickly here, what's going on in the market. We just had taken out of the market in the last 7 days, think of this, in the last 7 days, 8.2 billion cashed out of stocks. The big boys, the institutions are bailing. Yeah, the Vanguards and the T. Rowe Price and Bank of America, they're taking their money out. Just like look what happened to FOSL, still red. You can make money when it turns red because, again, you can learn how to easily short the stock. It's not hard. Just push the little button and that's it. And we hold your hand all the way through it. But there's other stocks you're going to have a great opportunity to buy. Ralph Lauren just tanked. Remember, Ralph Lauren decided he wasn't going to run the company anymore, and he brought in a CEO. Didn't get along with the CEO, and it tanked. That's going to be another incredible stock that's going to be on sale. I mean, that you couldn't even. I mean, what a great stock to pick up on sale. Matter of fact, the stock dropped from $114 down to $76. $114 down to $76. That's an incredible discount, but. That's a 33% discount. That's how you make money. There's a 33% discount on that stock. And if you take FOSL, and you take that total, these companies aren't going out of business. FOSL, that stock had dropped from $51 all the way down to $24. Imagine 52% drop. Just those two stocks. Join the gang right now. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Just follow those two stocks with me. That's where you're going to make money, just like I told you with GDX. But here's what's going on. We've had right now 75 days without a 1% drop in the stock market. We've had 36 days going sideways. Why do you think they're pulling out the $8.2 billion? Because they know when you have 75 days that you don't have even a 1% correction. You got 36 days, you're going sideways within 1.5%. And you got the VIX index, the fear meter, the lowest in 10 years, telling you, oh, the stock market will never go down again. You combine that with the jibber jabbers, the dopes on these financial programs, right? Then that is telling you, I mean, just proving this market is going to correct. And when this market corrects, the difference this time, we'll make money on the way down, but this time Trump is going to be in charge. Trump is going to make sure this time, okay, he's not going to prop these companies back up and giving them money at 0% interest rates. Those days are over. So these companies are going to keep going down until they find a price that's realistic with their earnings. Okay, you have a stock that price went from $10 to $60, but their earnings never went up. Their profits never went up. It's what they used to call it, something without. It's profit without prosperity. Profit without prosperity. That's what's been going on with these companies. There's no prosperity, no profits, no earnings, but their stock goes up because of stock buybacks. He's not going to allow that to happen. This time when the market collapses, he's not going to do that again. He's going to say, you're on your own. And that's a good thing, because now what's going to happen is these companies are have to go back to work, and they're going to have to start doing what? They're going to have to start putting investments back into their company, investments back in their money, not in the stock buybacks. Remember, you got to, the economy only grows if you have hard work and if you have savings. And look what they did with the savings. They killed the savings. Obama wanted to make sure there was no savings. Trump's going to make sure there's savings again. Remember what he did? Obama cut the saving rates from 5% to less than, what was they, the 1/10%, so that people wouldn't save. You can't grow an economy without savings, because it's savings which you need to loan to so banks can loan to small businesses so they can hire people or they can buy product. Everything that was designed under Obama was, it was all a mirage. It was all fairy tales. It was all just BS. And again, he rigged the market to go up. So now when we get a crash, it is going to be a panic crash. People are going to just panic, I'm telling you. And this is going to be a beautiful thing to watch. But what's going to be more beautiful, now on the way back up this time, you're not going to have the stock buybacks. You're not going to have QE, where the government prints money, or Federal Reserve prints money, $85 billion a month, goes in and buy all the bonds so that the yields go down to nothing. So they're so unattractive that the Saudis and Chinese get out of the bond market. They move their money to the stock market. Also, the stock market's up 30%. But where's their earnings? Where's their profit? There's none. See, those days are over. We are getting in some of the most exciting times. You'll love to be in the stock market. I've never been more excited about the stock market, and you've heard me for years. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG, where you get a good night's sleep, because you'll always be out of that stock before it tanks on you.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.